Kudosaurus. Oh man. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, jungle. Welcome to the podcast, the only podcast you need to watch.
It's things like that make me not want to come back, dude.
Getting my Guns N' Roses on, dude. Welcome to the podcast, the only podcast you should watch. Ow!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Side Projekt Podcast. And I can finally use my right hand. Maybe not full mobility, but hey, it's back.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen,
dude.
We definitely have an exciting episode, I think, for you today.
Yes, dude.
I'm just gonna adjust my juice box over here.
Oh, he's got the project book over here. You guys can't see it because it's a little bit off camera. We a little further back than we usually are. I think we are. We're a little further back than we usually are. I'm rocking my Nintendo shirt today because I think it was this week, or actually the week that this episode comes out, it would be the week prior. Nintendo 64's 25th anniversary, dude. Last year, for the 24th anniversary of Nintendo, we did a Nintendo turns 24 or something like that episode, remember?
Yeah.
24, 20, I don't know, something like that. We did it, I don't know, we did something. I remember we did like a whole episode about Nintendo 64 and the 24th anniversary or something or other. And, the get it. Shang-Chi. I don't know how to pronounce it, dude. Shang-Chi
I want to go Shang-Chi.
I just want to say Shang-Tsung. Shang-Tsung every time, dude.
It's not a flawless victory, dude. It's the wrong franchise.
I don't know why I smile Shang-Tsung does not smile when he says it. I'm like, Shang-Tsung.
You're making fun of Shang-Tsung. You want him to come like soul snatch you? You want him to send like a Quan Chi to come fuck you up right now?
Dude. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, okay, dude. I don't know what's going on with us, all right? But for people that don't know, Elder Scrolls, the official Elder Scrolls account on Instagram, blocked us. All right? I don't know what the deal is. Okay?
This afternoon, posting a cosplay of the week.
We posted a cosplay of the week as of this, recording.
Yeah.
Because
this would be last week.
This week is next week, but then this week is the last week, and how recording.
I want to have an excuse just to use the right hand now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you don't have your thing on. If people are looking at it, you see it. You guys see it? Okay.
So I don't got full mobility back, like I was saying, and
it's gonna take a while, yeah.
Because
I've had casts before too. I broke my collarbone when I was a kid, and the whole shoulder. It was a whole thing. It's crazy. It was like I was in this Mortal Kombat fight when I was a kid, and I was like, don't fuck with me, and then I did a thing, and
Shang-Tsung came to
difficult.
Mess you up because you were saying Shang-Tsung like it's a laughable
We're blocked by the Elder Scrolls, dude, and I can't figure out why. Why are we talking about Mortal Kombat? I'll get to that, but we're blocked by the Elder Scrolls, and I don't know why. It's not like we've said anything bad about Elder Scrolls. We made jokes about them
outside of like you guys porting Skyrim,
but everybody says it. So like, what's going on? Why us? Why me? And but now today, I also realized we're not necessarily blocked by the official Mortal Kombat Instagram, but they won't let us tag them in anything.
Yeah, so you know what they did?
I checked my personal, and I can tag them on my personal, bro.
So what they did, and I did some research without you knowing, is they finished us, but they didn't do like a brutality or like a animality. So we're still able to see their account. We just can't tag them and stuff.
Okay, I get it. They finished me off.
Finish him.
I just don't get it though. If there's anybody that should block us, it would probably be Nintendo. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna elaborate on that. If you're a regular viewer of ours, you know why. Despite all the amazing Nintendo stuff that we got going on everywhere around here.
Let me just kind of. I know we're all joking around about it, but at the same time,
fist something right there.
Nah,
let me just explain something to you real quick. Let me just.
We love these companies.
Yes, dude.
So that's the thing. It's just I think that's why we're such harsh critics. But these, again, like anything else, like from the beginning of the podcast, jokes aside, we have always stated these are our opinions, our thoughts, and we're entitled to that.
Yeah,
we're not being
what the issue is here.
Foul, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like we've leaked inside information like your own company has.
I mean, maybe we have, but no, I'm just kidding.
Maybe we kept asking for a Super Nintendo Switch a couple
Netherrealm. We dedicated 2 episodes to the Mortal Kombat movie.
Ed Boon,
all right?
what's up, man?
What's going on?
Tons of love, bro.
I doubt it's Ed Boon actually using the Instagram. I know he does.
Yeah.
He does his Twitter.
Twitter,
but,
yeah.
But a moving on. A lot of trailers have been coming out this last like week or two. The transition was just like whatever. A lot of trailers have been coming out over like the course of the like last week or two. This is a delusional episode. I haven't slept in 3 fucking days, you guys. I mean,
slept amazing though.
I've
On
slept,
the other hand,
but like it's like very scattered and sporadic.
Yeah.
My sleep is all over the place. It sucks.
that
Dude.
NyQuil hit me hard last night. No,
I wish NyQuil, it does nothing. Shang-Chi came out, as how some people pronounce it, but Kevin Feige pronounced it Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi in a,
So
in a, in a meeting. I just want to know the right way to fucking pronounce it. Like, I'm not even making a joke. I just want to know the proper way to announce it.
I'm going to go Shang-Chi.
I'm gonna continue saying Shang-Chi. Yeah. In this one because that's how I hear it being pronounced here. So the trailer came out. This was a movie that I wasn't too interested in, dude. I wasn't. Firstly, I wasn't too interested
because we've had 2 trailers today, right?
Now,
the first trailer that we saw, I think we saw like a bit of Death Dealer, which is Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I think, and then we saw
it's the Mandarin's chief lieutenant,
and then we saw a little bit of what is it, Razor Fist, right?
Yeah.
But this trailer dives a lot more deeper into a lot, and both of us we talked about this off camera.
It doesn't just like dive.
It's just like it's
Olympic.
It's an Olympic dive, dude. It's and you hear bells and music.
Like that.
Oh my god! And you hear all kinds of things as you're diving right into that peachiness. I didn't realize how horrible this looks on camera. Nice going. We're gonna go through the trailers.
If you want to donate, link in bio so Chaz can get a new cover.
We get a new iPad cover. We're gonna go through the trailer a little bit here. So if you haven't seen the trailer, I suggest you if you want to watch it in full because we're going to be kind of starting and stopping. We're going to be doing what we did with the Mortal Kombat trailer breakdown episode where we just
that's probably what got
ciphered it a little bit. Maybe they were mad. I don't know. I feel like we said a lot of good things, but whatever. We're going to go through the trailer a little bit and talk about it and whatnot because this was turn that down a second. This was a movie that neither of us were too excited about. When it first came out, we were kind of like,
and that's one thing. That's okay.
We felt like, I guess neither of us know enough about Shang-Chi in the comics either.
Before, I guess, in a sense, we proceed, I don't want it to seem because this has happened a couple times. That's why I've learned to say I'm gonna wait and try to be optimistic instead of just shutting something down right away. But yes, to that effect, I wasn't that interested. I didn't see anything that wowed me.
But this trailer changed my mind, and that's why we kind of want to go through it with you guys, man. So this isn't gonna be. This is the right one, right? It seems like it's a short trailer. No, it's the right one. We're gonna be starting and stopping and pausing and doing all kinds of things and talking about it real quick. So this probably isn't the best place to see the full trailer in one go. If this is your first time watching it, we're not encouraging you to leave because we want you to stay.
We also follow the rule of thumb about spoilers and stuff. And I think for trailers, a week is enough.
Yeah, it does. Well, I don't think it really. Yeah, I mean, by the time this comes out, anyway, I don't think it really matters with trailers though, because I mean, trailers are like. Yeah, it's showing you what's in them, going to be in the movie, and it's kind of like whatever. Let's go through this. Let me hit my screen record. 3, 2, 1.
Throughout my life.
So we see the rings right away. I want to pause already right here. Let me turn this down a little bit, though. It's a little bit loud, dude. So right away we see the rings, and one of the things that we were talking about as well is, which everybody kind of knows, the 10 rings are more like bracelets in this movie, whereas for the comics, they're actual rings that go on your fingers, on each finger.
So for those who know or don't know, Mandarin finds these rings, etc., and then he proceeds to take them and learn their power, learn how to use them, etc. But in the comics, yes, it was like
it's more like actual rings.
I think we both said the same thing, or you might have brought it up, but I'm gonna take credit for it here on camera. It's too similar, maybe too similar to Marvel's Infinity Stones.
Yeah, because it's not necessarily on your fingers, but they're like on your knuckles, and it's like. I just wonder if Marvel was like, you know what? We need to switch it up. We can't have like us too similar to having it on your hand.
As we Olympic dive into this breakdown, we're also going to explain how they've also changed more or less the powers, I guess, not changed.
It seems like
seems
because
like they might have like toned it down or watered it down a bit, right?
Yeah, because this is what it is. The rings in the comics, for people that may or may not know, the ring, and I'm just kind of summarizing here, and I took this directly from Marvel themselves. Before anyone goes, that's not accurate. It's actually from Marvel themselves. So
take it up with Marvel.
Take it up with Marvel, not me.
Watch us get fucking banned from Marvel.
I know now Marvel's like, you know what? Fuck these guys. The rings have powers. Each singular ring has different powers, such as one has Ice Blast, one has a short range mind control, Electro Blast, Flame Blast, light and laser beams. Another one has Black Light, which is said to create areas of absolute blackness. Another one is the Disintegration Beam. One's a Vortex Beam, which can levitate objects and propel the user in flight.
So
like
if we want to go by, I guess technically the correct names. From
do you have the names?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get to that. Hold on. And then an Impact Beam, which projects concussive forces of 350 pounds. Matter Rearranger.
So like half a juice box, just like coming at you.
Matter Rearranger rearranges atoms and or molecules of substance or speed up. Of substances, or speeds up or slows down their movements to result in various effects. And so those are the 10 powers, but they actually do have names.
Yeah, so they have specific names.
Yeah, give them the names. Just give them the names, because I already gave them the definitions.
I'm not going to butcher some of these names, but let's just say the first one is influence, which like he was talking about, it creates various forces that cause a body to undergo or change.
Right. We don't need to give them the definitions again.
There's daimonic.
Demonic?
I don't know. Is
I didn't get the actual names.
DAIMONIC.
Nice.
And then there's
incandescence.
Yeah. There's lightning. There's the liar or the layer. There's zero. There's Nightbringer, which is obviously the one that you were talking about. The Dark Force.
That's dope.
And then there's spectral, spin, and then remaker,
which is I think the rearranger one, right? Is that the remaker one?
Yeah, shatters and reimages relationships on a subatomic level.
Okay, yeah. So there's that for that. And then also you're looking at in the beginning of this trailer.
Drew's coming in with the facts.
At the beginning of this trailer, you see the flag. It still hurts. Yeah. You see the flag, the 10 Rings flag, and that's something that's reminiscent of, I don't have it in front of me, but in editing, I'll throw it up. That same flag was behind Iron Man in the cave, in the first Iron Man movie.
Yes, it was in the first Iron Man.
Let's continue looking at this shit.
Gave our family power.
So we see the rings going there. It looks awesome,
If you
dude.
want them to be yours one day, you have to show me you are strong enough to carry them.
Nice, dude. And I like that. Look at that. I like that. I like the way that the Marvel Studios logo goes with the rings in the background. I like how Marvel always does certain things with the movies where it's like the intro for the Marvel Studios thing is the logo is like always the same, but with little differences according to the movie.
You are a product of all who came before you.
Looking like
The
Wakanda,
legacy
man.
of
I know
your
it's
family.
not, but it just, just reminds me of it. So
Whether you like it or not.
you see all the
you are
warriors
also your
there.
father.
That dealer was right there next to Madripoor.
See him training, of course. It's going to be like a training montage throughout this movie. And that's something I want to, right here. You see he goes through the fight where we see later on, because I'm sure a lot of people already saw this, where we see Abomination later. But that fighting arena right there, I want to say something about it, and we'll get to it at the end, but I just want you to keep it in mind. All the neon lights and the way that it looks, does it remind you of anything? That's all I'm going to say for now. I'll get to it in a minute. Left the music on over there. You hear it? They probably won't hear it in the audio. But I just want you to keep that in mind, because I have something to say about that later.
To kill you if they try.
So we see them all attacking him. His father sent them to attack him to make sure that he can withstand it, which you'll see that he does, obviously.
Glad I was right.
See? You know what I mean?
Pause. I'm glad that this is also kind of showing you more of where his heart is, where Shang-Chi's heart is, right?
Yeah,
and again, I don't know everything about it, because I don't
either. This is a comic that I never picked up on.
I started looking into it and research for the episode, but one of the things that I see is obviously any dad wants their son to follow in their footsteps for greatness.
Yeah.
They, in his mind, he's doing the right thing, Mandarin, right?
Because they always say a villain never, in his mind, is never a villain. You
No,
know what I mean?
and,
A villain
and technically, even though Mandarin is doing all this kind of essentially crime, he's doing it for his family. He wants his family to be protected and established, and he's essentially.
See, I'm not even going to comment on, because I don't know.
He's essentially grooming his son.
This is a comic I never got into.
He's grooming his son Shang-Chi, to however you pronounce it, to essentially take over the 10 rings and then be the new Mandarin and take over that kind of mantle. But I appreciate that. even though Shang-Chi is still sort of growing up, and of course, who doesn't want to be like their dad, right? There's a big influence to them, but he's already kind of stepping back, and it's just like, hey, something's not right here.
Yeah, it almost
You're
seems
not
like
doing right here. Like,
it seems like the mom, good and evil in a sense. You know what I mean? The mom and the dad. Yeah. Interesting.
Who murders people?
See, and he even says.
Be careful.
He even says his dad is a criminal who murders people. This September. I like this right here. So you see that, with his mom there, right? I'm assuming that's his mom, right? And she's doing. We're gonna get a lot of training montages in this trailer. You see that a lot in the movie as well, because it kind of is an origin story. So he's training, he's getting all the training that he needs. But I like how she's controlling the elements there.
Yeah,
she's controlling the elements. You see the leaves going around her. You see the wind and all that stuff. She's controlling the elements. Something that I'm assuming that he's going to pick up on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Basically, they, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, to those who might not more know, might know more or less than yeah. So from what I understand is basically they're training him physically to do everything that he can without the powers initially, right? The whole thing
without the rings.
Yeah, without the rings.
Yeah,
I said the powers, but yes, without.
But I believe in because I was watching some stuff too. In different iterations, because you know how it goes, different comics, different iterations. Shang-Chi is technically not meta-human. He's not he doesn't actually have real powers, but there are iterations where he does, such as controlling the elements and things like that.
So
it seems like they're kind of mixing up the comics here and putting it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
From this format, from what I'm grabbing, from what they're showing us in the
People
trailer
are probably
so
going
far,
to rip us apart on this episode because we don't know enough about this one.
No, because I'm telling you, I'm genius with the facts.
Genius, dude. Genius, dude.
Jesus.
Come on, bro. You want me to just press play? So now we see it's basically a Fast 9 movie. It's basically the Fast Furious franchise. You see, if you look closely during the car chases, you can see Vin Diesel in the background and John Cena off in the corner.
Don't do that.
I dig that. Controlling the elements once again, controlling the water. Look at that. That's a real cool image. I love that. Razor fist going right there. That's dope right there, dude.
Those are the food dogs, right? They're called food dogs.
Know.
So from my understanding...
Once again, this is the first time in 80-something episodes that I really am going in blind here, dude.
Yeah. So from what I understand, I want to say
that I'm intrigued as hell.
I want to say that they're food dogs, right? There's some kind of lion that are supposed to be protectors of the area.
I'm stoked for that alone. I'll take a whole movie about them.
That are supposed to be protectors and stuff like that.
Can I ride one? Go ahead.
That's where they go in. That's where you see them in the movie.
I'm stoked for that, dude. And then now we see him with his shirt off, standing there, basically modeling, taking after me. It's real difficult.
I was gonna say Mateo.
It's definitely me. I had to pose for this and send it to Marvel. I didn't want to say anything. It should have been Mateo, but I stole the show. I've been working out lately, so I'm just gonna.
That's like alter.
Putting that out there.
That's alter ego Prodigy. I believe is on
a little bit of Chazzy in there. It's crazy. I don't know, dude. You know what I mean? Did they pay me for it? No, but it's okay.
He's delusional.
So you see him? That's his sister there that he's training with as well.
Yeah, no, dude. Actually, I think from what I understand, it wasn't so much that he was training with her, but he had to fight her as one of the steps. And in that scene, I believe he hadn't seen her in 10 years or something like that. From the explanation that I was watching.
Okay.
Yeah, he fights her, and because obviously I think she's more on the dad side, Mandarin side, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because I think I remember talking about that. Looking at stuff about that before, and something that I really am stoked about is, like you said, those dog, lion, dragon thingy. I don't know, whatever they are. I'm stoked for them. Again, this is the first thing. I don't know anything about this one, dude. I'm going in blind. I usually know a good amount about shit, but I never got into these comics, man. A lot of people are saying that this dragon is
it's a
Fin Fang Foom, but it's reported that it's not Fin Fang Foom. It's the Great Protector.
Is what they're labeling it as.
Yeah.
So they are changing.
And there's also a Funko Pop of that character. So I think it's the Great Protector. So cool, dude. I love where Marvel's going with everything, man. I'm like, I know I'm kind of a little bit more of a Marvel fanboy, but again, I keep saying, this is a comic that I never picked up on. I was never really that interested in, never got into. And then even when I first saw the first trailer, I was like, you know what I mean? But now I saw the second trailer and I'm like super intrigued, dude.
Yeah.
And even after seeing, Loki and everything going on, the TVA, it's just it's drawing in so many different aspects. I like where things are headed, dude.
Yeah.
Let's continue with the trailer. Father versus son. Probably gonna have to mute certain things because copyrights, music, and stuff.
You got this.
Okay, that's what I wanted to get to. Let's go ahead and watch it one time through real quick,
and then we'll come back on it.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go back again, right?
You got this.
All right, so we've got Abomination here, okay? Now, there's a couple things that I want to talk about. This is one of the biggest highlights of the trailer for me, and I can finally talk about some shit that I actually know. So, like, Abomination from the Incredible Hulk movie that we saw a long time ago, right? Mm-hmm. The number one standout thing that obviously everybody's talking about, because you know where we're doing this, it's going to be a couple days later. Everybody's already talking about it on Instagram and everything, but we want to give our 2 cents. He is comic accurate as hell, dude. Abomination is comic. Yeah. He's got the gills. He's got everything going on. He's finally wearing pants, so you don't see his dangle-dongling around. I love this take on it. It's super comic accurate. I'm super stoked to see it. He looks absolutely gigantic. I feel like he looks even bigger than he was before. You know
because we saw him versus Ruffalo's Hulk, right?
No, versus Norton's Hulk. Edward Norton's Hulk, before it was even Mark Ruffalo. Yeah. So this is amazing, and everybody's always wanted a Hulk versus Abomination again situation. I don't know. Maybe we'll get it. He's supposedly supposed to be also in the She-Hulk series as well.
Yeah, he definitely is going to be in the She-Hulk series, and I guess we got him here early too. You know, so that's cool.
And then everybody is also saying that is Wong from Doctor Strange. That is Wong there that's fighting Abomination, but then there's also a lot of people saying that it's not Wong. Let's go forward a little bit. And right there was what I wanted to show. Yeah. Go ahead, just keep it talking. I'll mute it.
That right there, that burst that you saw,
that's the mystic arcane arts and everything, dude. Yeah. That's the mystic arts that he's doing,
and
that's
what Doctor Strange does. That's what Wong does. That's that whole setup there.
That's what that is. So it's like, to me, if it's not Wong, then it's got to be one of Doctor Strange's students, or like Sam would say, the wizards.
It's one of the wizards.
It's one of the wizards, man. It's one of the sorcerers. Definitely, it has to be. That doesn't look to me like it's something from the Ten Rings. That looks more like it's a mystic arts.
A couple things, right? Maybe again he grew his hair out, but Wong, from what I understand, was bald, right?
This guy's hair is a little bit short, is it not?
Yeah, but it's not bald, you know. So maybe his hair grew out.
Yeah, we don't. And then when does this take place exactly in the timeline?
Yeah, and then again, one point that people were bringing up is what would the necessity for Wong fighting in this kind of tournament?
Who knows, man? Everything's tying in some way, shape, or form, and you don't know what's going on at all, anything anymore with Wanda, with Doctor Strange, with the fucking TVA. Who knows what's going on?
One thing I want to say is, don't forget that Marvel is known for doing stuff like this, and we saw this classically in.
It all ties in some way, shape, or form.
We saw it in WandaVision. Yes. Every 2 seconds. That's Mephisto. That has to be Mephisto.
Okay. And it was not Mephisto. Even in Loki, right away, when it points to the devil in the church, people were away going, it's Mephisto. And the director confirmed that it is definitely not Mephisto, and Mephisto does not appear in Loki whatsoever.
And what I guess makes it confusing is that in the IMDb credits, however you pronounce that,
International Movie Database, IMDb,
IMDb credits. The actor
Wong is in there. He's actually technically he's not in IMDb, but Rotten Tomatoes confirmed that he is in the movie. But it's technically not on the International Movie Database yet. But Rotten Tomatoes has confirmed that Benedict Wong, who plays Wong, is in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, so
and he's also been spotted on set. So come on.
Yeah, so then we can't say I personally don't want to say that's 100% not him, or I don't want to say that it is him. Yeah, because whatever, right?
I'm gonna say it right now,
he is involved in some way.
Right here, right now, so we can go back when it comes out. You're gonna see that Chaz said it. Welcome to the podcast, the only podcast you need to watch. One thing that I wanted to say is all these neon lights and the way that everything looks. It could be, it could not be, it could just be reminiscent of. You do see those like lanterns and everything, and I believe that's something. And I'm not, before anybody gets all crazy, I'm not being any sort of like, R word here. That's a culturally, that's an Asian thing. You know what I mean? All those lanterns and everything like that. But something that I wanted to take notice of, and I could be totally wrong here, man. But is this fight scene taking place in Madripoor? All right, and Madripoor is in the comics. It links to the X-Men. It links to mutants. It links to Wolverine. But the first time that we've seen Madripoor, it's Madripoor. It's Madripoor, right? The first time that we saw Madripoor in live action was the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series. When they go and he acts as the Winter Soldier again. When Bucky acts as the Winter Soldier again. And they do the fight at the bar. That's Madripoor, okay? And that's kind of like where it's like. Excuse me. It's a place where like criminals get to lay low. You know what I mean? And like do what they do and do all the stuff they do. Is this fight scene taking place in Madripoor? And it would kind of make sense if that's where Abomination fled to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just putting that out there right now.
He would want to go be somewhere where he's not.
Where he's got to lay low and do
chased,
what he's, everybody, you know what I mean?
As much as you can lay low, being Abomination because that's
exactly because he's giant.
That's a big dude.
But being in Madripoor, he probably wouldn't be.
He wouldn't have to worry about it.
He wouldn't be worrying about certain things. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm calling it now that there is a possibility. I'm not saying that it is, but I'm saying that there is a possibility that this could be Madripoor. And I'm thinking that because we've already seen Madripoor in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it would make sense to continue having Madripoor appear for different reasons throughout different movies, being the universes are all connected.
Yeah,
the movies
for
are all
reference points for people to be able to look back and say, oh, that's right, exact same thing that you're doing right now.
Exactly. That's pretty much it. I mean, we won't waste your guys' time. I'm sure you guys have seen the trailer a million times, and like we said, hopefully that you guys don't shit on us too much. That's a lot of I just said in a fucking 3-second span there. Jesus, what is this? Fucking the beginning that is it the first time we've ever done an episode?
I'm a Captain America, and I'm gonna say language.
Jesus, dude, sorry, I'm tired, you guys. I'm running on fumes here. I'm pushing through. I'm doing it for you guys, man. I'm actually really stoked.
Yeah,
I'm doing it for the podcast.
Hey, dude, you're Guns N' Roses, and I'm like, Fred Durst in it. Like, what are we doing, dude?
Yeah, we are Axel Dursting it up, dude. Axl Rose and Fred Durst. We're bringing it back. All right. I'm really stoked for this actually now, dude.
Please don't block us on your Instagrams.
Please don't shit on us too hard. This is like one of the first times. I think this might be the only time where we're really going in blind on something. Like usually we know at least something from comic. Past, you know what I mean, or whatever it may be on Marvel stuff, on DC stuff, but this one definitely Shang-Chi is something that neither of us know much about at all.
Yeah, and I felt myself going down a rabbit hole, and it's a good thing because I mean, you know what? It's one thing that I discussed that I've said it many of times with you. I think I've told Imposter. For one, since working with you in general, I break things down different. I look at things different. I dissect them different because I have to pay attention.
Me too, for this podcast.
Not only for the podcast, but then just for myself in general. I look at things differently.
I want more information. Yeah. And you know what? This says a lot because like I just said, and we said a million times, like we weren't as interested in this movie as other Marvel movies. But hey, man, kudos to Marvel because in a 2-minute trailer, maybe less than that,
reeled us back in.
You reeled me into something that I was not interested in, that I had no prior knowledge in, and now not only do I want to see the movie, but now I want to like read more about it. I want to know more about the lore. Exactly. I want to know more about it and see what the differences are from the comics and what's going to happen in the movie, and I'm just interested in it now, and I'm just like I'm so stoked. Let's break up the monotony and let's get into this week's cosplay of the week. Ooh, you sound like a tugboat, dude.
You called me a damn tugboat?
Oh,
he called me a tugboat.
Dude. And this week's cosplay of the week is none other than Hero of Time 64. And I'm throwing it up on a screen right about, get some mystic arts going.
That's what I was trying to do leading up to that. That's what I was like, I learned from Wong,
And it is Hero _of_ Time 64. And it's time spelled like the seasoning, actually.
Thyme.
Hey.
I know how to spell. Sometimes.
And the reason I chose this doesn't really have anything to do with what we're talking about today, other than the fact that it is Nintendo 64's 25th anniversary. This is the Shade from The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
I knew you were going to pull out some Zelda stuff, man.
It is absolutely phenomenal, dude.
Damn near
accuracy,
identical, dude.
Is amazing, dude. And for people that may not know, who haven't played Twilight Princess, some of you may or may not know as well, that is one of my absolute favorite Zelda games ever. One of my top 10 games in general. I'm still playing through Breath of the Wild right now. I know, I'm late.
It may beat out Breath of the Wild.
It may still beat out Breath of the Wild for me as of right now, although Breath of the Wild is absolutely amazing. And
Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be coming out.
Yeah, exactly.
Year,
so we'll see.
Wait. Yeah.
But as of right now, it's still my favorite. But anyway, this cosplay is phenomenal. And for those, that's what I was going to say, for those that don't know, because I know you probably don't know as well, the Shade, the character, all right? Spoiler alert for anybody that does not want to know this giant spoiler for The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Skip ahead a few seconds right now. The Shade in the game, he trains Link throughout the duration of the game, gives him special abilities and certain things and blah, blah, blah. And it's later revealed that the Shade is Link from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So he's training himself.
Yeah.
The hero of time is training the hero of time to be, basically, in a sense, kind of.
To make sure that he knows his abilities, so he has that
it's
longevity.
really cool, really interesting, dude. So the Shade is an underrated character. I don't see too many cosplays of the Shade, in my personal opinion. I'm stoked that I stumbled upon this. This is absolutely accurate as hell, dude. Maybe I'll throw up a side-by-side. I don't know. Maybe I won't. But this is absolutely amazing, dude. I like the helmet that you got going on. Once again, like I said, completely accurate with the whole spikes or whatever you may call it.
Yeah, because if you even look at just like you said, the helmet, right? You look at the top piece right there, and it's cut off just how it is
sides a little
right
bit
there.
cut off, dude.
So
You
have the one, I believe, I guess would be the right side. Right,
I think
the
so.
right side horn still kind of curves out how it should, and the left side one is broken off exactly how it is.
Dude, perfect. You've got the big shoulder blades going on. You got the giant sword, the shield with the leaves growing on there. It's perfect. Also growing on the shield,
and parts of it on the helmet on one of the horns and on the top of the helm right there.
Yeah, pulled off the skull flawlessly. It looks exactly like what it looks like in the game,
with
even
the red
down
eye.
to the one red eye, dude.
Yeah.
This is amazing, and this is just a little nod, a little Easter egg for all the Zelda fans here. If you look down in the corner there, you'll see a chicken, and I don't have it in front of me. Forgive me, but what he said something about in the caption, he said that the chicken, it wasn't planned. There was an actual chicken that just showed up.
Happened to be in the damn shot.
Yeah,
What?
and there's chickens in. It's a thing in the Legend of Zelda. There's chickens in Legend of Zelda, and you can hold them and you can glide, or if you hit them, they all swarm and they attack you. So he says something about feeling safe with an army by his side, because the chickens in the Legend of Zelda are ruthless. Zelda fans know if you hit a chicken, they're all coming for you and you're dying. You're not escaping. You're dying, dude. It's a chicken war. It's a chicken war. They're gonna peck you to death, dude, like Family Guy. You ever seen that? You know what I'm talking about or no? Yeah. Anyway, this is absolutely amazing, dude, and I'm stoked that I found this.
Even the background, dude.
Yeah,
that photographer
it fits
captured
perfect.
that shot.
Yeah, it fits perfect, man. So shout out to you, Hero of Time. That is hero_of_time, spelled like the seasoning, 64 at the end. This is phenomenal, dude. Hero of Time, your cosplay of the week. The Shade for us is amazing.
I was trying to play with the chicken. I was hoping the chicken would pop up.
What are you rubbing chicken balls there? Give me them chicken balls. Give me them balls.
Play with chicken balls? Is that where the nuggets come from?
We interrupt this program to bring you...
This week's episode is sponsored by Quirk Chat. Let's talk geek. Quirk Chat is a video social network for everything geek fandom commentary. Need a friend for discussing your latest anime topics? Got a theory about what's to come next in the MCU? No matter what it is, Quirk Chat is your place to talk geek. Share anime debates and geek commentary. Record your opinion and add it to the original quip. Download the Quirk Chat app on your app store of choice today and start talking geek. So we said in the beginning, trailers, right? I don't know if anybody noticed that plural. There's a lot of trailers that came out, but another one that we really want to focus on because we're big fans of is the Halloween franchise, right? We know you guys know we're big fans of horror films in general. We did like a whole horror bracket, which I really want to do a part 2 or something. You know what I mean? That was really fun, dude.
We should follow it up.
Yeah. Our 100th episode is coming up soon.
And I think it would make sense.
Comes up around Halloween again as well.
Yeah, which we could do, not a Halloween part 2, but we could do like a horror bracket part 2. And we could have actually more of a conversation or review, because at that time,
that's when it comes
Halloween
out. I think as of right now, because I did the math, I think our 100th episode lands on October 14th or something.
And that's after...
And this new Halloween movie, Halloween Kills, comes out October 15th. Yeah, comes out the day after. I could be wrong about that, though. Anyway... We're going to do another trailer breakdown. 2 in 1 episode. It's a twofer. The Halloween Kills episode, man. I see a lot of mixed reviews on this, actually.
Yeah, and I see a lot of mixed reviews on it, too.
And if you guys don't know, it's a new one coming out. Halloween Kills, October 15th of this year is what it's set for. And it's a new...
If it doesn't get pushed back.
And we've talked about it, like, I think 2 times before, or the Halloween stuff in general.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we talked about it twice, because we had talk about what happened to horror movies and, like, Blumhouse,
and then we did the horror bracket. We didn't really talk about it.
And then we did the horror bracket. But
we did a Rob Zombie episode where we talked about a lot of Rob Zombie stuff. We went in. That was such a long time ago, though. I don't know if anybody even remembers. But this new Halloween timeline. So what it is you've got Halloween, for the people that don't know, you've got Halloween, the 1978 movie, right? This is the new timeline. This is how it goes now. Halloween, 1978. Then it skips everything that has happened. None of that exists anymore. And now it's Halloween 2018 would be the second installment in this timeline. And then Halloween Kills, October 15th of this year, would be the third installment of this franchise. And then Halloween Ends, which comes out October 14th, 2022, would be the fourth and the final installment in this timeline. So let's check this out, dude. I want to go through this trailer again. This is another one that we're really stoked for. So let's, oh, wait, hold up. Got to screen record it. Oh, so we can throw it up later. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I like that.
There it is. Delayed as hell.
My face got stuck.
Opens up right away, picking up exactly where the 2018 film left off.
Yes.
Love it. You see them screaming. For those that don't know, by the way, there's going to be some spoilers here. We kind of need our lights. Damn, we're going to have to deal with it. If for those that haven't seen it, there's going to be spoilers. All right.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the last one, there's spoilers. But it picks up right where they left off, where they quote unquote killed Michael.
We've more than surpassed the spoiler.
There's more than it was 2019,
20, and 21.
Okay? If you haven't watched it, it's your fault.
It's your fault.
This picks up right where it left off, where they killed Michael in the house, and I believe in Laurie Strode's house, right?
Yep.
And they killed him, and they put him in the basement. They set that bitch on fire, and they left.
Technically, I believe the house collapsed, and he fell into the basement.
Is that what happened?
Not that they put him in. The basement.
I don't remember the exact thing, but that's something. He's in the basement. It's on fire, and they thought he died. They left. They got into like somebody's truck, I believe, or something, right? And they went off. And this picks up immediately after. There's no like wait. There's no like, oh my God, it's years later. This picks up right away, right after, dude. So we see the firefighters in there. Firefighter falls through.
Oh, pause.
You know how it goes, doing
so I'm going to correct myself because
shit.
I actually just remembered because I got confused when I was looking at this. So he probably already was in the basement, and when that collapsed and the firefighter...
Yeah, he was in the basement in the other one because they went. He went down there. Yeah, he went down there. Ooh, elbow. There it is. You got to be careful, man. You got to be careful, man.
Yeah.
Take my hand!
We know damn well.
Yeah. Look at that. Comes out beastly, though. I gotta admit, comes out pretty beastly, dude. Carrying the firefighter thing, like, all right, motherfuckers, you guys ready for this? Look at that, the brute strength, dude.
That is one thing.
Look at Brum breaks the look at right there
the buzzsaw.
Chainsaw or the buzzsaw, whatever it be. Yeah, buzzsaw.
Yeah, I know
dude,
stuff, you know.
Looking like Gears of War, dude.
Yeah.
Brutal, dude. Is that? I want to know. What do you guys think? Is that one of the most brutal killings that Michael has done, dude?
Now,
buzzsaw.
one thing I want to bring up, and
do you know
one
what
thing
that does to your face?
I think any saw, but that big of a saw even more.
Nuts, dude.
But, that's one thing that I want to talk about was that they're saying, from what I understand, that this is going to be one of the most brutal Halloweens
I'm stoked for
this
that.
installment. This installment, because there has been other brutal ones.
And we're not just going to fanboy. I do have some things to say about this too.
This has to be one of the ones that is the most brutal. He's gonna supposed to have the most body count in this one, so he's gonna go in a lot of killings, and they're not cheesy killings like. Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah, because that's something that I felt the last one. The last one before this,
right?
It just didn't have like too many kills where I was like, oh wow, you know what I mean? I was just kind of like, all right, you know what I mean? I didn't really dig the last movie as much as I thought I would. I thought it was pretty cheesy, but anyway, let's keep going on with this. Look at that look, dude. Does he look smaller in this one to you though?
Slightly.
My grandmother was
Shout out to
right.
Blumhouse.
Shout out to Blumhouse.
You know
we like Blumhouse.
We can't hurt anyone.
So Laurie's in the hospital, showing all the killings that he did from the very last movie, and that one with the dude that's hung on the fence there. Oh man, so it's going through all the stuff that just happened in the last movie. So it's literally picking up right after.
Yeah, because
they're going through, they're finding the bodies, the trail of the bodies that he left throughout the city and everything. So I dig that. It's literally right after. You know what I mean?
Told me what?
So they think he's dead.
Somebody in there?
Boom. Boom, boom. Head smash. Classic brute strength. Yep. I love this right here, dude. Look at this. Oh my gosh, dude. He takes the light bulb, dude.
Yeah.
The light bulb strip thing. I forgot what those are called. They have a name and I can't remember it right now. And breaks the end, right?
They're called light bulbs.
No, but it's like there's a name for it. You know those ones? What are they called? It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's right on the tip of my tongue.
Oh,
and he takes it, he breaks it a little bit. I know, it's all good. And shoves it in her throat, dude.
Yeah.
Shoves it in her throat. And then the way that he looks at her, I love that, dude, with his Mariah Carey face.
One thing before you continue is one thing that I've always loved about about him is that he's always used this environment.
Yes,
he doesn't
dude.
find an excuse like, oh, I
Always
dropped my weapon, I can only use a knife.
His classic knife
Yeah,
that he
yeah.
always uses.
We
He
all know
does.
that.
He does take things
Yeah,
from his
and he
environment
uses-
and just
he uses
brutal.
his
The
brute
one of the things
strength.
that I always love is when Michael goes just absolute ape shit, brute
Yep.
strength shit, and like smashes faces into walls,
Concrete,
or just
different
you know what I mean?
crazy stuff,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, I love when he does stuff like that. But that is a dope kill. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Taking
Yeah.
the light and shoving it in her throat, dude.
Yeah.
God. He's already dead, it looks like, right? I like the way that they did that with the trailer, though, by the way. How it looks like they're about to, he's going to stab the guy, and then it shows Lori stabbing herself with what obviously looks like adrenaline, right? I would assume.
So
adrenaline to get herself, she needs to get out. They find out that he's alive still, so he needs to get out. Adrenaline to get her up. We're going.
Tonight.
He dies tonight.
I'm not just gonna sit and watch another innocent person die.
If you track Michael's victims.
Love that. Okay,
Now,
hold up.
Now,
right here.
let's talk about this
Right?
because this might be something that not everybody gets. But if you're, I guess, been watching or following along with this timeline,
If you're a big fan,
this is a nod to Halloween 3, correct?
Exactly. Halloween
So-
3 season of The Witch. So now I'm curious though. For those that don't know, let's elaborate a little bit more. It's the masks that are the nod. It's the different masks that they have going on there. And you'll see as we continue to press play, they even have the what's it called? Is it shamrock?
Yeah, it's a shamrock.
It's a shamrock on the back of the back of one of the masks. You'll see it in a second.
One thing I also want to point out is that if you paid attention to the 2018 movie,
These
gonna
masks
notice-
were there as well, right?
No. So besides the mask, those characters, those people
right?
were
in the 2018 one. Yes.
In the 2018
Yes,
one,
yeah.
there was a couple that was arguing, and one of them was dressed as a nurse, and they were getting into a car.
Yes.
And I
And the
believe
other guy was
Michael,
dressed like a doctor or something,
and Michael
yeah.
was standing there. And if you pay
Yes.
attention,
I think they even show a tiny clip of that in this trailer.
If you pay attention, there he is.
Yeah.
So
And he killed them, right?
I love
those little
love
throwbacks, dude. Those
details.
little throwbacks. But now I
And-
have a question though.
Okay.
Is this this reference to Halloween 3, is it just simply a little Easter egg for the fans that notice it? Like, oh shit, that was from Halloween 3. Or is it a reference that's telling us Halloween 3 is a part of this timeline? You know what I mean? Am I reaching too much? Is it not a part of the timeline? It's just kind of like a nice little Easter egg, you know, that they're wearing the masks from that movie.
Is it a Marvel Mephisto moment?
You know what I mean? Is it just one
Yeah.
of those little things, or is it actually referencing that Halloween 3 is a part of?
And you're gonna see that throughout
the
because
timeline.
there's three different specific. I believe it's three different specific masks.
Yeah.
And there's also children.
Yeah. There's children that are in this. Okay. Let's just keep watching.
What do? We fight.
Everybody's getting weapons. Ooh, look at that! This Halloween.
Michael Myers is flesh and blood.
I love that walk that he does, dude.
That
The way that he walks, it's like stoic. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's creepy. The way that he
Yeah.
walks, dude. I love that walk. And you see, it looks like everybody's rallying together this time. Something that's never been done before, right?
One thing I also wanted to bring up, and we'll go through it right now.
The more he transcends.
The more he transcends, the more he kills, the more he transcends. Fuck, I can't speak.
So a couple different things.
Yeah, keep talking. I just want to pause it at a certain spot.
Kills, the more he transcends.
The more he kills, the more he transcends. No, go ahead. Keep talking. There we go.
Okay, so one thing is that we have always known that he is not a normal human. We have always understood that Michael has had some kind of super strength or weird strength because they referenced it not even just in this trailer.
In past movies,
but
they
even
have
in past
mentioned
movies, they
things
have
before.
mentioned that
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
not quite
normal,
human.
right?
Yeah.
So in this movie, they confirmed that he is some kind of a, I don't want to say super being, but some kind of a special force,
Right.
A force of nature,
Right.
That
Yeah.
is of evil. Obviously, he's like the face of evil.
Yes.
And another detail that I loved was that with his mask, if you pay attention to it, like right now where
Yes.
we paused it, it's burned off. But
That's
it's
what I
not-
was gonna say.
It's
I
not,
love it, dude.
It's not melted onto his face.
Yes, I love it,
And you'll
dude.
see why later.
I love
on.
it, which actually I think it should have been melted onto his face, though, if you were in that much of a fire, depending
Yeah.
on exactly where he's at in the fire. But I would
Technically,
feel
his
like a
clothes
mask
would've
like
burned
that
off
would have
too,
been
but yeah.
burnt a little bit to his face.
Yeah,
but
'cause
I
it's
love the
plastic.
image, though. So we see what's her name's ex-boyfriend, yeah. Love the music, classic. Look at this, though.
She's daring him, bro.
Do it. But here's what I
The
gotta say.
set-
This
the
dude
set
took
of
out an
stones
entire
on her.
firefighter squad, all right?
Yeah.
All the things that he's done, the brute strength that he has. Is he holding back?
Yeah.
He has to be.
Yeah.
Right? There's
Yeah,
no way that
yeah,
that little
yeah.
girl can hold him back while screaming, do it. So he's
No, so
specifically
I
not
think-
doing it yet.
I think they did
But I
that
also
for more
think-
of a dramatic effect. as well.
Exactly. I also think though, if you pay Mila, don't do that. If you pay close attention, you can see that as she's screaming, do it, you can see that it right before the trailer flashes
out?
to the next part. You can see it looks like someone either hit him, stabbed him, or grabbed him. Watch. Look back at this. Look back. Look it back at this. Look back at this. Watch. Right before it cuts. See?
Yeah, it
you
looked
saw
like-
him lunge forward, like somebody hit him or something, right?
Your mask? Come and get
Take the mask, right?
Stop
they
that.
take the mask. You want your mask? Are we gonna see his face? Because they never really show his face too often. You know what I mean?
And
At all,
some
if
would
any.
say that that's part of like his power, his identity is who he is.
He can't function without the mask. He
'cause
needs the mask.
He's always had, and I
Yes.
think and
it's all mental. It's in his head.
I think in the
you know what I mean?
2018 one, right? Because that's when he was in the hospital and stuff like that.
I can't remember.
He had some kind. He was making masks because he didn't have a full on Michael Myers mask.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
don't
I
remember.
believe, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say
I think that might be
post-editing-
one of the older ones.
Yeah,
I can't recall. But you're right about that happening. I don't know if it's in this
he always
timeline,
needs to
though.
have his
Yes.
face covered up.
Yes,
I
he
believe
has
at one
to.
point
Yeah.
when so
It was
when
also
we're-
in the Rob Zombie one too.
yeah. So when he
but
was
it's not a
when-
part of this timeline.
Yeah, but when he was trying to put on a mask, or he's always had to cover his face, even in that scene alone when he was in the mental
Yeah.
hospital, his hair was always covering his face as well.
Yes.
So
That was
this
like a
is-
Rob Zombie one.
Yeah,
yeah. This
But I was just
I'm digging this.
I'm
so
bringing
far.
up the point
Yeah.
that he needs to have something.
Loving it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm loving it, dude. So this is like a different take where you see that it seems like everybody is going to come together to try to kind of stop him from his tirades and his murderous sprees. You know what I mean?
What's the town?
This is a
What's the
different
town?
take.
What's the town?
Oh, man. Oh, I can't remember the name of the town right now, dude.
Because I want to, you know what? I'm gonna look that up because I need to make this
But
point
I
because
can't.
it's gonna bother me.
I'm actually stoked for this movie. There's a couple things that worry me though. Is I don't want it to be cheesy. It kind of felt like
2018
the
was
2018 one was a little cheesy. I
Cheesy
remember
actors.
watching it in theaters and it was a little cheesy. I didn't really dig it. There were certain aspects that I dug, but I didn't like it as a whole.
Karen, the girl who was holding the mask,
Yeah, is that her name?
was
I don't remember.
hated in the 2018. Was hated in the 2018 one. Nobody liked that character, something like that. And I believe the director, I forget his name, director or whatever, I think did it in a way where they wanted her to kind of have that sense because they wanted her to kind
To
of
give her that little bit of power, a little
back,
bit of
that like,
something.
hey, she's
Yeah,
a solid
yeah,
character.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
just not a random person.
Right,
and it's
right.
just kind of hilarious
Yeah.
that it's Karen.
Yeah, I'm
Now,
guessing that
you know?
also we're at Michael's childhood when he's got the knife up against what's her name. Forgive us if
yeah.
we're forgetting names. Obviously it looks like that's where it's gonna go.
There's a lot of characters that are coming back that were from either past movies
Yes.
or past whatever that are gonna come back to a
Yes.
different time. So
Some that are adults now from past movies, right,
That
yes.
lady that he was holding was, I believe, his nurse or a nurse at some point for him.
Right. There's a
And
lot of
Odyssey
that. Yeah. There's a
proved-
lot
yeah.
of fan service here from past Halloween movies that they're bringing back into this film. But what I was gonna say is I love the fact that like when she's like do it,
Yeah.
and then you see him get hit. It's clearly him getting hit by something because he lunges forward a little bit. You can see it's something coming from the back.
it threw him off
And I'm
balance.
guessing that may be her mother. Because
Oh,
then you
coming in,
see a
yeah.
little bit later, you see the moment where they're outside and it looks like the same setting. It looks like it's happening in the childhood home, right?
Yeah,
Now
so-
it looks like it's happening outside of the childhood home where she's holding the mask.
And
So I'm
one
guessing
thing-
all of that takes place towards the end of the movie, all in one.
Yeah, like the climax is going to
couple
be
minutes.
at
Yes, that's
his
what I'm
childhood
guessing.
home.
Yes.
And if you paid attention to the trailer when he was looking at the map, all the killings that he has been doing now
Lead.
in this movie
Right.
lead back to his hometown.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's why it's happening where it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's just little things
Yeah.
like that you had to pay attention to, or even
Right.
if you didn't know about them,
Yeah.
they're gonna explain them to you. I
Yes.
think pretty well throughout this.
Yes.
Even just in the trailer. You know.
Now my worries are what I keep saying though, man, is like I feel like one, we're running this franchise into the ground a little bit. I have mixed emotions about it within myself. I feel like we're kind of running this franchise into the ground, but then at the same time, I always get stoked when there's a new one. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because I'm just a big fan of horror movies and I'm
And
a big fan of Michael Myers. He's one of my favorites of all time.
And I think,
But I worry that it's going to be cheesy. I will say that this trailer looks way better than the last installment
Yeah.
that we just got.
Yeah.
And I am a lot more stoked for it. He looks like he's going to have a lot more brutal
Yeah.
kills.
Yeah.
I am kind of interested in this take on like the whole town coming together to fight him this time.
yeah,
Like,
it's
how
almost
is he
like
going
the
to go
hunted
about that?
being the hunter becoming the hunted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of stoked about that. But this is not where it ends, like we said later. This
Yeah.
is Halloween Kills. Then a year from now, or a year from when this one comes out,
Yeah.
we're also going to get another installment, which is said to be the last installment where it's going to be called Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
So what the hell is going to happen if the whole town is coming together?
So we already know that he doesn't die.
Yeah, he doesn't die. Clearly. There's going to be another one. But is that too much is what I want to know. Obviously, we won't truly know until we see how this film goes about and how it ends. Yeah. You know, no pun intended, on how it ends. But are we dragging this on too much? Should it have just been Halloween 1978 for this new timeline, Halloween 2018, and then Halloween Kills been the end?
Yeah.
A trilogy, making that the new trilogy?
Why are you going to do 4 installments?
Yeah, you know what I mean? What's going to happen? I don't know. But what do you guys think? You guys stoked for this? Do you want this? I see a lot of people that we follow in our community and everything that are actually stoked for it. You know, on the side project Instagram, I see a lot of people stoked for it. On my personal Instagram, I'm seeing a lot more people shitting on it. Before we get out of here, man, we were talking about it off camera, and I just want to mention it. It probably could be its own episode. You know, maybe we'll bring it back at another time. But why isn't there a Horrorverse yet?
Fair.
Why isn't there a Horrorverse yet, dude?
Because...
And what do I mean by that? Like a Horrorverse, a slasher-verse. Like, we got a Freddy versus Jason years ago, right? And though it had a lot of cheesy moments, from a fan of Nightmare of the Elm Street and a fan of Nightmare on Elm Street, right? Nightmare on Elm Street. And then fan of Friday the 13th and everything, I loved it. You know what I mean? I took away its cheesiness and certain things, but I loved seeing these two characters come together. I was stoked for it. Why didn't we have more of that? Why haven't we had more of that? Why haven't we created a Horrorverse or a Slasherverse where Michael Myers lives, they all live in the same universe. Michael Myers, Jason from Friday the 13th, Freddy. You could even throw in Leatherface. You could throw in Pinhead.
Yes. Yeah, from Hell.
Yes.
Yeah. Bro,
exactly, dude.
Oh my God.
And they all live in the same universe. Why haven't we started making these movies that lead up to them all living in the same universe, and then some coming together, or maybe them all coming together, or coming together over time, whatever it may be? Why don't we have a Horrorverse? That's what I'm going to label it as, or a Slasherverse.
I want to say a Slasherverse because there is horror movies that are, I guess, more paranormal, which I kind of want to... I don't want to pick a bone because I could be completely wrong, right? But this is just my opinion from what I see and what I understand. Freddy technically is a paranormal because let me get my point across and then we'll end the episode because that's where it ends. Freddy is an imagination, right? He's a nightmare. He was brought up. He was alive. He was killed, and then he haunted people in their nightmares. Exactly why they Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Right.
So technically, it's not a real person now. Yeah. He was a real person initially when he was causing his terror and shit. But
he doesn't quite exist, but yet he exists. That would be paranormal. I will kind of agree with you. I don't know what Wes Craven labels it as. I wonder, maybe we could probably look it up, but we're not gonna spend the time doing that on this episode. But I mean, what do you guys think? He's still one of the classics.
Oh, he's a classic.
It doesn't matter to me.
He's
still one of the classics. He's a slasher. He's definitely needed in a Horrorverse.
The reason I say that is to say this is because I want like slashers going at each other. I want Michael Myers versus
because we were looking on forums and stuff, and a lot of people were saying things.
Exists.
Yeah, like that's what the MonsterVerse is. It's not the same. The MonsterVerse is the universal monsters and everything that is included in that universe. Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, even the Invisible Man, Wolfman,
yeah.
Wolfman. And then like, what is it? I don't know if it's Swamp Thing or Creature of the Black Lagoon. I think
it's Creature of the Black Lagoon, technically.
Those all exist in the MonsterVerse, and it's totally different from what we're labeling as the Horrorverse or the Slasherverse. But then if you're labeling it as Slasherverse, then wouldn't Psycho be included in that too?
Ah, shit.
Because that's a slasher film.
Yeah.
But can Psycho...
American Psycho, technically, Christian Bale was a slasher movie, but not really a slasher movie.
But I don't think you could have American Psycho and then Psycho, and then both of those are just humans, right? They're just humans. They don't. I don't think they can't withstand going up against Michael Myers, a Jason, a Freddy, a Leatherface, a Pinhead. You know what I mean? But Leatherface is actually just a human too, right? But he's just strong as fuck.
Yeah.
Right? He's mentally disabled and really strong.
He's on the juice.
Yeah, dude. And then Pinhead though is like of hell. But I feel like that
Hellraiser.
But I feel like that fits in with like Freddy though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because damn, technically shit.
I mean, we don't even have to extend it past Michael, Jason, Freddy, Leatherface, and Pinhead or something. It could just be those. But I'm just thinking, like, what else could be included if there were? That's already a lot, though. That's already a lot of people. Because you got to figure, you're going to have solo movies with all of these characters. You're going to have spin-offs or something or whatever. Or maybe, you know what I mean? Like you said, then you're going to have ones where maybe just two come together and then they tease the rest. And then you're going to have a big don't want to say team up, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm following like this whole like
Marvel, DC,
shared
YouTube.
universe concept. Marvel, DC,
Yeah.
Fast and Furious even has one. Jurassic World and Jurassic Park. Like these.
Technically, The Conjuring
these things,
has the
Conjuring.
Conjureverse.
Yeah, the Conjureverse. I don't know what it's
that,
called.
the
I think it's called the
Conjureverse?
Conjuring universe.
I'm gonna
but
call it the
let's just shorten
Conjureverse.
it. Conjureverse. That's pretty cool. You know what I mean? We have all these universes, these shared universes, and
So it
some people would
shows that
say
it
that we
works.
don't need them. Right? Some people would say we don't need them. We don't always need shared universes. And you're right. We don't always need shared universes. But I just think that it would be cool. You know?
And I think it's something that horror movies are missing.
If done right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's something horror movies are missing because a lot of horror movies these days don't hit the same. They don't
Nah,
hit
they
the
really
same,
don't.
dude. And if you were to do a horrorverse or a slasherverse, go all out, dude. Don't dumb it down. You don't need to add all the stupid, cheesy lines left and right. You can do comedy in horror movies without making it cheesy, you guys.
Although I will say, just for fairness' sake, because we saw in Freddy vs. Jason, we saw them fighting at Crystal Lake because of Jason Voorhees. I would want to see Michael Myers fighting Jason at Crystal Lake.
That would be dope, dude. There'd have to be reasons for everything, though. Of course, we would
yeah.
want it to make sense.
Yeah, but that would be a dope
Yes.
setting, right?
Yeah, dude. And what would isn't Leatherface in Texas?
That's a video game idea right there.
Oh, horror video games. Why aren't there more horror video games, dude? I think because the world we live in is so sensitive,
and it's
man.
right there. It's right there. Jesus Christ, that is a level
There is
or a fight.
there is
or
a Friday
fight.
the 13th video game though, but I think the servers are now disabled. But I had it. There is also Dead by Daylight where they have like stuff like that. So I mean, there are things, but why aren't there more? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there not a demand for it?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a market
Dude,
for it.
I mean, dude, if you could do these crazy violent games and still make them fun, you can still
think
make
it's-
these fun,
in
and
my-
these are a nod to like the old school people
Yeah.
of film addicts or film buffs, whatever you want to call them, and that would bring you a new audience to
And
game
I know,
as well.
I know we may be, or at least maybe me, kind of contradicting myself because I said, like, are we running these franchises into the ground? Some more than others, yes, we are. But if done right, I think there's still a place for them.
Because you know
what
why?
I mean?
Regardless, they're gonna reboot them. How many
Yes.
times have these
Yeah,
not been
it's
rebooted
gonna
and
happen.
done over?
By the way, there was a plan to do another Freddy versus Jason, and
Yeah.
I believe there was a plan to have some sort of horrorverse in existence, but
And a lot of that got
I don't
shut
know.
down,
Yeah, a
yeah.
lot of things, just like the MonsterVerse keeps getting shut down. I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
which that was a shame that I mean, Dracula
Yeah.
did well, but apparently not
They should have
everybody
done
thought
it. We
did
said
well.
this before, long time ago. They should have done it with oh man, what's his name, dude? Evans, remember? The one that did that played Dracula?
I forget his name.
Oh God, I don't want to waste the time, but I'll throw it up on the screen. It'll be right here, so
What
you're
Dracula are you
looking at it
referring
right
to?
now.
Are you referring to the Dracula movie where homeboy
Oh man, I can't remember, dude.
the British dude, right? I believe he's British.
Dracula Untold.
Yeah.
Dracula Untold,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. He's British though, right?
Look at him. I think he is British. I think. Luke Evans. Luke Evans, Dracula
One of
Untold.
the Evanses.
It didn't do that great, but I thought it was a good movie. I liked it. I thought it was
It
dope.
was
dude.
amazing.
I think
It
that
was
could have been
amazing.
the start. You could have kept Luke Evans. Anyway, we're not talking. This could be a whole other episode where we talk about the MonsterVerse, where we talk about the Horrorverse,
I say we
and
do
creating
that.
shared
I say we
universes.
do that. I say we're gonna follow up on this.
Yes,
And
we
you know what?
we definitely gonna follow up on this.
demand that
Yes.
this is gonna be brought up during
Yeah.
Halloween because it'll fit the theme of
It would,
horror.
but I don't even want to wait till Halloween. I want to talk about it now, dude. Like I'm into it right now, dude. I really want a Horrorverse. I could go on about this, but I won't. So thank you guys for watching, for liking, for commenting, for sharing, for doing all of those things that you do over on YouTube.com/.
Project
When you go down and you hit that big red button that says subscribe, and it goes, oh God, Michael, no, God, do it.
I was gonna say
fucking
Freddy.
do it.
I was gonna say Freddy.
And you get 100 sexy project points when you go on Apple, on Google, on Spotify, and all those things you listen on. When you rate and review and you do all those things you do. Oh, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Oh, really, we
Can
do,
we two
though, you
finger?
guys. We really do, though, you guys. Oh, two fingers.
I'm
Because
just
we
gonna
really
fist.
do,
I'm
dude.
just gonna
Oh, God. That's how much we thank you guys, man. If you are looking for Juice, you can find him at
Captain_Juicebox across all social media platforms. Unless you want to see me lose on Call of Duty and said other games on Twitch, it'll be twitch.tv/.
Juicebox SP.
I was doing a buffering thing.
If you're looking for me, you can find me at IGH Chazzy on Instagram, and everything else you can find me on is on the screen right now. If you're looking for the both of us, the duo, the magnificent,
the sexy,
you can find us at
Side Project Podcast
on Instagram. Oh, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Juice. Hit him with a slasher knife today. I think it's a knife. It's a knife.
I want you to play. I want you to No, that's more of a Michael Jackson, which is horrible.
No,
too,
it's a fucking.
but-
That's E.
No, the E. No. So I was
They did
thinking,
that, dude.
No, the Michael Myers, the theme song.
Yeah.
You should play that now.
Ding 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 ding